I was doing the doom scroll this morning, as you do, and a video popped up from Marty Schwartz. And what he said in the video, I think, was so well spoken, I had to stop and make my own video talking about what he mentions here. This channel is dedicated towards bluegrass guitar, and I think if you are learning this style of music, this is exactly the secret to learning what he says here. I'm going to play the video, and then I've got a handful of pointers to go with what he says. Let's listen.
Number one thing that a student should do, and it's hard for everybody. I've seen it across the board. It's the hardest thing to do, but it's the most important thing. I say it over and over and over. Play super slowly. It's a brain thing. I mean, if I was a neuroscientist who I have met with and talked to about this stuff before, but I can't get into the science of it, but I just know, I've seen it, that that's the quickest way to nail it. Yeah. Is literally as slow as possible and nail it super slow, then speed it up.
First follow-up here, let's look at that intro to the Billy Strings' Dust in a Baggie, all right? Now he plays it really fast. I'm gonna go slower than he does it there. And some guy in the comment section the other day, I played that in some context in a video on the internet, and he said something like, okay, great, now play it at the speed Billy does. And I couldn't help but think, like, this isn't the point. And that's point number one on my list, is that bluegrass music does not have to be played super fast. As a matter of fact, I would rather play a piece at 50 beats per minute accurately than I would like to play it at 120 beats per minute sloppily. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I think it's easy to hear that intro in that song that we probably all know by now and just go, oh man, I'll never be able to play that. And really, if you break it down, I know I've said that before on this channel, it becomes easy, just like Marty was talking about, just real slow. All right, for some folks, that might take a couple days. For a lot of you, it might take 10 minutes. And if you just go a handful of notes at a time, make sure you're paying attention to what's happening, how you're getting that full sound that you want. And when you lock it in, just go, okay, I gotta repeat that again. Nice and slow, just like he said, and then things start to make sense. What I see students do, not only on a guitar, but in my experience in a classroom, when they go to learn something that was way too difficult, you just hit a motivation block. You're like, oh, I'll never be able to understand this. Oh, it's not for me. And that applies across the board with any skill you're learning. And when it comes in context to like learning bluegrass guitar, if you're starting out with a super fast lick or a super complicated lick where you know, your hand's not used to squeezing away that it requires to in the lick, then it's demotivating. Then you lose interest. And so it's really important, like he said in the video, and if you're inside the paid course that I do, I repeat myself all the time, go as slow as you have to go, because what you do slowly, you can speed up over time, but you can't just go right into it. All right, going down the list, I wrote down, you might be asking yourself, okay, so I'm trying to get better at this. I'm learning guitar. I'm trying to, you know, lock in my timing or what have you. How do I do it? The way that I do it, two ways. I'm always practicing with either a metronome, it's a no-brainer, or an app if you're in the bluegrass realm called Strum Machine. Strum Machine is like a library of virtual backing tracks that you can program the speed of. You can program it to speed up with each repetition. And it's just one of the best practice tools out there. But regardless of what you're using to keep time, start it off slow. If it's 30 beats per minute, if that's where you've got to start, that's where you should start. Once you have it locked in and you feel confident, I like to say 10 times that you play it really confidently, like basically perfectly, give or take, until I will up the speed. You know, that's subjective, but regardless, you need to have a system and hold yourself accountable that you are playing it correctly and then speeding it up over time. And that's when you will get those wins that will keep you motivated. You'll be like, okay, I can do this now, and now I can play faster. It's all about building up bit by bit. And point number 3, here's some personal advice / struggles. I have found it so much more difficult to pay attention to not only the guitar, but like reading books and even watching a movie here recently. And I know it's because my brain, as I mentioned at the top of the video, is scrolling, and I shouldn't be doing that all the time. But point being, as it relates to learning guitar, is that I'm finding it real advantageous to like set timers and just cut off all of the technology, which means I'll grab the metronome and I'll even take off my watch. Or what I do, I've got this wristband here on my wrist, and if I'm trying to not look at the phone, I'll wrap it around the phone just like this, so this signals that I shouldn't be looking at my phone. But all this to say that even learning bits and pieces now, I feel like it's harder than it was 10 years ago, because we're all addicted to this and that and the other. But pushing past that and really giving myself like dedicated time, I recommend trying to do that. I know it's hard if you're like me, especially like it's hard to pay attention to stuff nowadays. Anyway, bit of a ramble here, but I thought this would be helpful advice here, and I'm really just a fan of Marty Schwartz and how he delivers and how he communicates. But really, that's the secret to learning this style of music. It's just about patience, going really slow, making sure that you're paying attention to how you feel. I speak on this channel a lot about posture and how your hips should move and things like that. Something I'm always trying to figure out. But anyway, let me know what you think of this down below. Also, this is a Bluegrass channel, and I do offer a whole private library of beginner-focused Bluegrass lessons. They actually go hand in hand with what I just said here. It's all done very slowly, just getting used to where your fingers move, how to create those Bluegrass lines, and giving a lot of folks inside the course a lot of value. Check it out here, some testimonials. Won't give you the whole spiel, but feel free to reach out down in the comment section if you have any questions or just what you thought about this video. How do you learn at home? Do you learn slowly? Can you just go and play at 200 beats per minute? Some freaks of nature can do that. But anyway, folks, enough of that. Let me know what you thought of this video down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.